Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Uninformed Fan. It's Wednesday. We are back. A lot of stuff to wrap up. Super Bowl is behind us. Pitchers and catchers report today. It's a beautiful day in Florida. It looks like the winter is over. Thank goodness. Got a little scary there for a minute. I was thinking, where the hell do I live? But everything's back to normal. Jeff, good morning. Welcome in, and how are you today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. Fans are really enjoying it.
Yeah, thank God. The only thing is now I have to actually fix the air conditioning in my car, which I've been putting off for quite some time in doing. So that's unfortunate. But it was a good run. We had a good run for about a month and a half there of just roll with the windows down and you're fine, which was cool.
Yeah, it's the longest that I've ever had the heat on at this house.
Really?
It was on for a lot. I think
we only put it on
house now
sparingly
for 6 years, and I think before that I had turned it on 3 total days in 6 years, and yeah, I definitely had the heat on for almost a week. And when I say turn on the heat, I mean the heat is set to 65. Yeah, and it was still tough. For those of you guys who usually watch on X, I don't know what happened this morning. Some stuff that I don't know, whatever happened. Yeah, I mean, it's not like the Olympics are going on or anything, right, Justice? Right? Yeah, not like the Olympics are going on or anything. You know, let's just support Brazil. But hey, you know, it's into the laundry day apparently, and
yeah, I got to do laundry day. I'm off the next 2 days. This is my 2 days off, so I got to do laundry today, and I got to take my wife to dinner somewhere tomorrow. I still haven't decided where.
Oh, that's nice. I was gonna say if you want to play golf tomorrow.
I wish.
I'm
gonna have to fold all the laundry that I washed today, and then be ready to go as soon as she's done. I was trying to do some different things. I was going to go downtown. I was going to try to hit Sushi Saint and then slide over to Better Than Sex for dessert. But Better Than Sex does not have a reservation available until next Friday. They're fully booked. So now I'm trying to replan it and see what I want to do. So I don't know.
That's nice.
I was going to do an omakase.
It's nice that you take the reins and actually plan it, because I just don't do that, because whatever I plan won't be right. So hey, I'm taking you out. Where do you want to go?
I'm not even telling her where we're going. I'm just going to make plans and we're just going to drive there. She'll figure it out. I had a great day on Sunday. I don't know about you. It was just one of those days. You know, one of those days where everything kind of goes right. Like, so I woke up in the morning. It was my sister-in-law's birthday. You know, sometimes we have a very contentious relationship. And I was like, you know what? Let's just go have a good day.
Is this B?
Mm-hmm. So I'm like, yo, we're going to brunch. Boom, we go to brunch. Family's there. Cousins are there, chilling. We're having a great time. Mimosas, whole nine. Order whatever you want. Get sides of waffles and pancakes. We're going to have a good time. Then I'm sitting there at brunch, and I'm like, you know what? Let's just go to Disney Springs after this. And let's just kind of bounce around.
After a few mimosas, that probably seems like a good choice.
So we go to Disney Springs, and we bounce around everywhere, man. Go hit a little shopping, Lego store, Uniqlo, Lululemon. You know, we're stopping off everywhere. We're having food here. We're having drinks here.
I didn't know Lululemon served cocktails or appetizers.
No, but they don't. But it's more fun to shop there when you're a little bit buzzed. I will say that.
That's why I definitely don't do that.
Anyway, we did that and then went and dropped the kids off, and then ended up. I get a credit every quarter with my platinum card, so it just is what it is. And then we dropped the kids off
from Lululemon,
yeah. And you get a Resi credit. There's a lot of stuff too. Anyway, neither here nor there. So anyway, and then went to Kitty's, and then proceeded to have just a great time and hit like every single bet that we put in, and it was just it was a great day. It was a really, really good day. So
well, it was definitely a good day for me as well. Absolutely. You know, especially from a monetary perspective, a lot of on the Patriots, things of that nature. A lot of stuff going on. You know, we talked about it. We'll get into those bets, but let's get to it. Seahawks 29, Patriots 13. It didn't even seem like it was this close, but it did get a little sketchy there at the end. I'm not gonna lie.
At least the Patriots did something for all of our props to hit. You know what I mean? Like, we needed something, you know. Something.
Yeah, I don't know what we needed though. What do we need?
No, just just like different catches from guys, and some other things that we had. It was just
the Patriots were held scoreless through the first 3 quarters, and my father-in-law and mother-in-law was over, and who are obviously big Patriots fans. Bianca has
left the ship.
She's turned into more of what's best for the family at this point. And her Bears fandom has definitely creeped in.
Wow.
She still denies it, but she says, like, she doesn't get excited for Patriots games anymore. She doesn't really care if they're even on. But when the Bears games are on, she's locked in. She says it's to support me, and she will die on that hill. But, dude, I've seen the intensity. I recognize it. I know exactly what that is. That is fanhood. And so it is what it is. Yeah, the parents, the in-laws came over, and of course they asked me right off the bat, what is your bets? And I'm like, I didn't bet anything, but obviously I still think the Seahawks are going to win, but I didn't bet anything. So then after they left at halftime, I told my wife that I put the entire account on the Seahawks. So then she was rooting even more. So yeah, just an absolutely dominating performance by the Seattle defense. A lot of good things. The Seattle defense came out strong right away. Sam Darnold goes down, and they get a couple plays. They start off with field goals. I don't even think there was a touchdown scored until the 4th quarter by Seattle. Yeah. 5 field goals after that.
Was it 3rd or 4th quarter, the defensive touchdown they had? It was field goals and then the defensive touchdown.
There was no touchdown scored until the 4th quarter in the entire game. It was 9-0 at half. 12-0 going into the 4th quarter, and then we explode 30 points in the 4th quarter. Well, let's get into it. Like I said, the Seattle defense put them in a great position, and I think the head coach knew that. And Ben Johnson, I hope you're paying attention. And so newer coaches, goals do matter. And it was more of a position where the field goals, 5 field goals was obviously nuts. But even at 12-0, it felt like it was 28-0 because the ability of the Patriots to absolutely the ball. The entire O-line of the Patriots were just getting completely blown up. Will Campbell and the other rookie had just a terrible game. Afterwards, of course, he said he had the knee injury. But Sam Darnold did not look good either, by the way. No. I thought that he arguably had a not good game. He had a couple good throws. But a lot of the throws that he had were behind the receivers, not getting on. Christian Gonzalez had a good game. I thought that the over-the-top breakup that he had was absolutely amazing. The other 2, especially the one on the goal line, those were just bad passes. I don't think that had to do with Christian Gonzalez making a break and being ahead of the receiver. All of those balls were thrown behind the receivers. I definitely thought that the Patriots were going to get an interception at some point. It really felt like they were just going all out, trying to get interceptions and turnovers. Unfortunately, they did not get it, and they cost a game. Kenneth Walker get MVP, 100 and some yards, no touchdowns. I was one of the few. I thought Jason Myers should have got it, to be perfectly honest with you. It was an uninteresting game, right? There was no big shiny things. There was no big plays. It was like, this guy's the MVP. I thought, hey, 5 for 5, Super Bowl record, outscored the Patriots by himself. I thought he could have had it, Jeff.
Yeah, so for me personally, I thought the game went perfect. I don't know how it could have gone any better, just because it's been, the Patriots fans have been very much out in force these playoffs.
Nauseating.
So I didn't know if it was going to be like that for the next however many months until we get football back and we got to hear about it. And here's the next dynasty, and it's nauseating sometimes, just like you said. I personally, I know I sent Justice a few things. I did a Hard Rock did a thing. I hadn't deposited in like a month and a half, and they offered me 100% deposit match up to $250. So I've deposited $150. Well, they had to take that $150 and put it into one bonus bet. So I was trying to figure out what to put it on the entire time, and I ended up putting on either defense or special teams to score a touchdown. So obviously I get the interception, the return at the very end of the game. We had a lot of live bets while the game was going on of like, we're basically just betting New England punts over and over again. And we're hitting. We're just continuing to make money off of the fact that New England was not moving the ball whatsoever.
Were those positive bets? Were those minus?
No,
20s?
they were like minus 140s.
I was going to say the juice had to get up there
Yeah, because but at the same time, it's like they're looking at it like there's no way that this continues, that they just punt the ball over and over and over again every single time. Eventually, and especially I feel like starting on the 35 now, it makes it so much easier to get into range. So I listen, I think better days ahead. If I'm comparing the two quarterbacks, I mean, Drake May was terrible in the first half, but Drake May finishes the game 295 passing yards, 27 of 43, 2 touchdowns and 2 picks, right? And of course, the 1 pick six that really kind of sealed the deal. Without the pick six, though, you're looking at it's still a one possession game. Yeah, I mean, so it's like.
Well, I also think at the end in the fourth quarter, I think that Seattle defense kind of.
I'm sure they knew they knew what was going on, and they knew that it was time to go celebrate. I thought Witherspoon played his ass off. I thought they've drafted really well. They've done really good in trades. Shout out to John Schneider, Uncle John, as I like to call him, has done a great job. And so, yeah, one of the best GMs in football. Obviously, you move off of Russell Wilson, you move off of Pete Carroll, you move off of things that are successful. Excuse me. You go out and get a team-friendly deal with Sam Darnold at quarterback, and he ends up leading you to a Super Bowl. Well done. That's the formula, and that's how you do it. So it'll be interesting to see. We talked about this, though. I don't see Seattle, being a juggernaut year over year. The defense is still going to be good. But I think this is just kind of a perfect year, and it kind of fell into their lap. I don't see them being a dynasty by any stretch of the imagination going forward.
Well, I agree. I think the way that this set it up, and we've talked about this before, is the route. The route that the New England Patriots went to was probably just it was a joke, right? I mean, no offense. I take that back. The no Bo Nix in the Denver game was the first real break that they had. I will say that because they did beat Justin Herbert. Okay, regardless, they beat Justin Herbert. They also beat CJ Stroud, and both of those defense were great. So kudos to the Flowers there. The defense was able to stop CJ Stroud, and the defense was able to stop Justin Herbert. The defense was not able to stop Sam Darnold. And
they weren't able to stop Kenneth Walker Jr. Or Kenneth Walker III. The way that he was able to bounce. You saw it over and over again. He's literally about to take one right up the middle, and it's shut down. He just boom bounces outside. All of a sudden, 7, 8, 9, 10 yards. I thought he was great. And Kubiak bringing that zone blocking scheme next year to a team like Las Vegas. If they can build that line, you have a guy like Genti, and now you got Francisco Mendoza who can move a little bit, who might be a little Darnold-esque in some of the stuff that he does. You get some weapons to go along with. Now you're looking at a team that can maybe do something in that division as well too.
Yeah, as we talk about the dynasty thing here, I just they have 10 starting free agents, Seattle Seahawks. So we'll see what happens. I mean, Tariq Woolen, he's a free agent. Kenneth Walker III, Boy Mafi, Rashid Shaheed, they picked up on a trade, which turned out great. He had the huge punt return. Kobe Bryant, the safety.
They could see Shaheed going with Kubiak to Las Vegas, which I could see as well too. Because remember, Kubiak was also in New Orleans with Shaheed as well to start. Then went and took the job with Seattle. Obviously, wins the Super Bowl, gets the head coaching job, and now you can see him, a guy that he trusts to be able to return punts and also be the gadget player on the outside to be able to get it done. So
also shout out to Velus Jones Jr. Bear drafted. Apparently getting a lot of heat from the Bears fans. I mean, because obviously it didn't pan out in Chicago for whatever reason, but picked up his Super Bowl ring, and you can say whatever. He didn't have an impact. He had a couple special team plays, and at the end of the day, he's a Super Bowl champion, boys. Let's not be salty. Congratulations. Yeah. That's all it is. To your point, I think the New England Patriots better days are ahead. They weren't supposed to be here. We said this. They were playing with house money. It is also kind of crazy when you look at, especially the sports card market, which is also very tight in and very relative, especially with rookies, to watch Drake May's cards literally tank 50% overnight.
Wow.
It's wild, but it's like, you guys talking about, like, this guy had one of the highest completion percentages in the NFL throughout the regular season. Oh, of course. I mean, better days are ahead. Will Campbell, of course, he had the injury. He said that's not an excuse. Those guys will get better. They'll figure out some things to move around on the off season. But I think, again, there was a lot of stuff happened over there. Vrabel's going to have them together. Unfortunately, Stephon Diggs, breaks up with Cardi B apparently in the middle of the Super Bowl. That can't be good for anybody's performance. I don't know.
I don't know what there. He was dapping up somebody else in the stands before the game. They asked her on the red carpet a bunch of questions, and she was basically like, "Good luck to him in life. I'm done." So,
dude's got potent swimmers, bro. If there's ever been a vasectomy candidate that could be a poster child, it's definitely him. What'd you think of the commercial?
I thought they were really weak. There wasn't
people freaking out about the ring commercial.
Yeah, I saw that. Like, you don't know that your information is going to a database somewhere and not just directly. Like, I don't
apparently what I saw what one was like. First I thought, hey, that's kind of cool. Lost dog. You could say, hey, I upload a picture or whatever, and it kind of looks for it. But then they're like, okay, well, what about they say, I have this sketchy person that's looking around my community. I'm going to upload that. And all of a sudden, all of this goes like, I get both sides of it, dude. I get both sides of it.
I didn't see that commercial, Justice.
Yeah, I didn't see that one either. I wasn't really paying attention, to be honest with you.
I was
just getting ready for the Super Bowl, or the halftime show. All eyes on that one. Did they show the halftime? It's this Bad Bunny at Kitty. They switch over to the Turning Point USA.
No, they did
because if Omar was there, I know Omar.
So right, we're a few libations in. We're having a good time, bro. Like, there's wings everywhere. We got fries. There's tequila shots that just will not stop coming of Reposado. And Bad Bunny comes
coming if you stop ordering them, Jeff.
I didn't order one. I can tell you that. Bad Bunny comes on, and we're it's me, my wife, my sister-in-law, 2 cousins, and then cousin's girlfriend, who she's from like Ecuador or something. So Bad Bunny comes on. We're all in our space. We're vibing, bro. We're dancing. We're having a great time. We're just enjoying the show. Just embracing the moment and having a good time. This guy, I've never seen this guy before in my life. Guy's in a Seahawks jersey at the bar. He stands up, walks over to our group, pulls me aside. I'm like, what's up? He's like, I just want to let you know it's good to see some other liberals here. Actually celebrating this concert. And I looked him dead in the eye and said, I'm not a fucking liberal, first of all. I go, second of all, I'm a human being with my family, just enjoying a moment. Get the fuck away from me.
Yeah, there's no need.
Why do you need to come over and try to make it completely political about, I can't just sit here and dance terribly and trip over my own 2 left feet and like I'm sambaing to this guy who's pouring his heart out.
Jeff the liberal, absolutely.
Which is funny because that's what Ian calls me all the time. But like I don't understand it. And I thought the performance was fantastic. I thought he killed it. I thought it was enthralling. And I thought it was entertaining. And I think at the end of the day, that's really all you can ask for. And it's so funny to me too, this whole Turning Point USA thing, when it's like you had 134 million people who watched the Super Bowl, right? And 6 million people decided to tune in to Turning Point USA, which is a whole 4% of the people that were watching the actual Super Bowl. But yeah, we're going to make a big deal about that part of it. It just, the whole thing is stupid.
I think it's amazing that when it comes down to it, it's every year. Every year.
We always have to have a plight. There's always got to be something.
I'm going to give it from both angles. First of all, let me just tell you that I if you know me, you know that I am not opposed to a little Latin culture or however you want to call it.
Absolutely.
Love me that dabble. However,
everything they have to offer down there.
Everything. BBLs are more than welcome to stay. Green cards for everyone. I mean, yeah. So, yeah, like I didn't know what he was saying, and
most Spanish people didn't either, though.
Gasoline, like everybody knows that one. We felt along. We just kind of did it, and then gasoline. So, like, we knew what was going on there as us as white people. Yeah, and so yeah, I wanted the ja along with everybody else, but I don't know Spanish, right? So like that part was like one thing, okay. So enjoyed the performance, but I didn't know what the hell was going on.
No.
So that was number one. Number two,
but I didn't care.
The fact, well, here's why I kind of cared but didn't, because then like number two, like obviously he's come out anti-ICE. He's had many anti-United States comments and stuff in the past. So I didn't know if I'm out there going ja doing it, he might be calling me a pinche gringo, and I don't even know about it.
That's okay. It's okay. If
it
is.
So
it's really okay.
So at the end of the day, I look at this and what they did. How does this affect me as a human? And it didn't. So I enjoyed it. I will tell you this: if you were at the Super Bowl and paid $8,000 for a ticket, like you didn't see anything but like bushes. Apparently people dressed up as bushes moving around because you weren't seeing anything. That was completely made for TV. But again, I didn't know what Lady Gaga was doing there. That was a surprise to everyone, and I will tell you everyone, because my sister-in-law was actually working the Super Bowl. I don't know if I told you that or if you saw the post, but she was there, and she had to leave to go do the Passover, the Torch Passover thing at the Disneyland. But she definitely would have stayed if she knew it was Lady Gaga. And she's like, nobody knew that. She's like, I'm so pissed.
That's sick, though.
So I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, it was a good show. It just here is the other side of this, Jeff. All right, American football is the biggest sport in the United States. We can yes, happy Black History Month. Yes, Justice, happy Black History.
Every month is Black History Month, Justice.
So you have American football, right? Which is the largest sport in the United States.
Yes.
It is what Americans yearn for. We literally plan entire days around it, right?
Yeah.
We give our money to it. We support the NFL. We buy jerseys. We buy tickets. We do all of the stuff, right? And then when it comes to our biggest stage and our biggest event, the NFL does not view it that way. The NFL does not view the Super Bowl halftime as a reward to the fans for the entire year. This is not an entertainment factor designed for NFL fans. And I think as soon as NFL fans can realize that this is not for you, this is not something for you, this is a global stage that the NFL is going to do to try to increase its expansion. Just like I think we have our first game that's going to be played in Spain next year, right? It's about global reach. So when it came to that, Spanish, Spain, Puerto Rico, whatever. It's, and I think that's where a lot of people get upset with the halftime shows. It's like, there's always an agenda behind it, first of all. And I think that's what, but again, I could care less. Like, I'm not there to watch anything, whatever, blah. I think it's an absolute abomination that you make the players go in to sit for 40 minutes.
It's crazy.
Right? Crazy. Like, you're kind of cooling off. Life. Yeah,
they have
you're
to get completely warmed up again. You bring all that stuff onto the field. It's crazy. Now, I will say this, like, especially in the political climate that we are in today, and how divisive everything has to be, one way or the other. And listen, Bad Bunny is his God-given right as an American citizen, which is what he is to have whatever political opinion he wants to and be able to voice that opinion without fear of oppression or tyranny. That's literally part of the Constitution. He's allowed to say whatever he wants to, and he can have that opinion, and please, like, voice it, and voice it where you're not violent about it. Like, if we're gonna ask somebody to do it the right way, you can't really argue with the way that he does it. And the things that he's done for Puerto Rico by only having his shows there, by making sure that all that revenue and all that money goes to that island, I think have been fantastic as well. I just thought everything was really well done. Kudos to him, props to him. I had a great time. It was great to dance and let loose and not even care what he was saying, but just enjoy the moment, the music, and the people that you're around. And I think that's what Super Bowl is about a lot as well too. We stress, we go through all this shit all year long. Fantasy football, playoffs, our teams, suspensions, guys, everything like that. And we get to this crescendo of the Super Bowl. And it's your time to kind of let loose and just say, thank God for everything and the blessings that we're able to be bestowed upon us, and the ability to be able to go out and watch these things and do these things and experience it. I think it's more of a celebration.
A political event. And I think that's where it all just comes out. Like, we just, again, it was the same thing with NBA. It was the same thing with NFL. When all of the political shit started coming in, Colin Kaepernick, all this. Again, you might be right, you might not. I don't really care, but I just want to watch a football game, bro. Like, if I want that, I'll get on the cesspool that is X, formerly known as Twitter, or Facebook, or anything. And I'll tell you, the thing that really just gets me going here is white people.
We're the worst.
White people arguing with white people about
God, we suck, bro. You guys are all right. Like, you're all right.
Like, I get on Facebook and I see these people writing novels, and I'm like, what? Oh, it's so inclusive.
And it always starts with
this, and I'm like, what?
I'm so disgusted today. You know, it's okay. What's the plight today that happened that made your life absolutely abysmal?
White people, shut up,
Crystal. Let us know. You know, it's crazy.
It's
dude.
like when you go look at the stuff in Minnesota and all over, and even the protests that they have down here. If you go to look at it, like, it's all old white people, dude.
Yeah, because everybody else has to go to work.
I don't know. That was a big miss by the boys here at the Uninformed Fan, and I'll because we were talking about the Tom Brady thing, which was quickly deleted.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was on NBC.
Brady was doing the
Yeah.
Anyway, not a big deal. Neither here nor there. We're gonna jump right over that.
Only one person saw it.
Wasn't a lot to say about the game, honestly. Yeah. No, please, Justice. This is what we're advocating for. Please, all of you.
Everybody,
we don't care about your opinion,
man.
Please. Anyway,
just shut up and live.
You excited for NBA All-Star Weekend this weekend?
Dude, the NBA is a fucking joke. I can get it. Dude, the NBA could be the worst professional product out of actually, it is the worst professional product out of all major sports.
Here's what's crazy.
Cricket might be better than NBA.
Is that now you have these teams. Oh, they've done all these trades. Everything's gone down, yada, yada, yada. And we're getting to a point now where these teams are realizing that their picks for next year, their first round picks, are protected within a certain varying, let's say it's top 4 protected. Let's say it's, top 8, top 10, whatever it is. So now they're in a conundrum because if they've made trades, like we'll take the Utah Jazz, for instance, right? They made these trades. They brought in Jaren Jackson Jr., who debuts against the Magic, goes crazy. Him and Lauri Markkanen together looks stellar. You still have Keontae George. They have like a decent team. Nurkic, they're pretty good. And so they've been playing very well. But what they've done is the past few games, they have literally taken Jaren Jackson Jr., Yusuf Nurkic, and Lauri Markkanen out of the game with about 5 minutes to go in the third quarter and never put him back in. And it's a clear job of them trying to tank because they can't win too many games and then forfeit their first round pick, where if they lose enough, they'll be guaranteed to be within that 1 to 5 range and won't have to give it up. But if they're in the 6 to whatever range, they're completely screwed. I'm not saying that's the exact scenario, but that's the hypothetical that I'm using here. And it's really tough right now because you have about 7 or 8 teams that are all doing this with the thought process of this, how it's going. And it's just, they got to figure something out because the game cannot continue the way that it is right now. It's really
terrible.
Bad.
It's a terrible product. The sooner you realize that, the better off you're going to be.
You have the Lakers on a back-to-back last night, right? First of all, you scheduled their back-to-back. Listen, can I finish real quick? They're back-to-back. They play OKC in San Antonio, back-to-back, right? That's not ideal if you're having a back-to-back game. So they bench everybody. So Luka's pulled his hamstring. He's out right now. But Austin Reeves coming back. He's been playing off the bench. He doesn't play. LeBron doesn't play as well too. It might have been somebody else. So you literally have nobody playing against the Spurs. And I think Wembanyama had. First of all, the Spurs scored 83 points in the first half, and I think Wemby went off for like 30 in the first half or something like that.
He had 25 in the first quarter.
It's crazy.
He had 38 in the first half, ended with 40. 37 in the first half. He hit a 3-pointer in the third quarter and then came out and didn't play the rest of the game. Jeff, the NBA is a complete joke, dude. It really is. I stand by it. I think definitely out of the major 4, NHL, NBA, hell, even MLB is a better product than the NBA right now. I mean, the NBA is garbage. It's absolute garbage. And, just to your point like that, okay, back-to-back games. Give me a damn break, man. You're telling me somebody that's making $40, $50 million a year can't. And the way that they play, yes, I get it. It is energizing and it is energy draining. But you have so many TV timeouts and so many other timeouts. It's not like you're sprinting on the floor like a high school basketball game. Like, come on, man. NBA is a joke.
But I do want to say this too.
Imagine buying those tickets as well and expecting to see LeBron, and then just Now I get LeBron. LeBron's old. I get that. So a back-to-back for him would probably require, 2 weeks in the hot tub treatment. So okay, we'll give some concessions to the old man. But the rest of them, get out of here, dude.
But I think a lot of times it's not even them saying, I don't want to play this game. I think it's the information and the analytics that they have as an organization saying that there's more injuries that happen on these back-to-back nights, regardless of whether you think that information is correct or not. Because I do think that we have jumped the shark to the point where guys don't play anymore, and that causes more injury because you're not getting enough reps and I don't know. I
agree. I think that's the same thing. We go back to NFL, like the fact that the lack of training camp, this, that, and the other, getting hit, and then all of a sudden you get into games and you get hurt.
Yeah.
Speaking of the NFL, I did want to just throw something out there real quick. Did you see that they are now pushing to allow trades for picks up to 5 years out now?
No, but that's okay.
But that's the slope you're getting into with the NBA, dude. Like now all of a sudden you got people traded. Well, we're at 2036 the other day. We're talking about trades and picks from 2036. What's it going to be? I'll give you my next 10 years. Okay, whatever.
Anyway. Well, no, it's also because they have rules now as well too. You can't trade back-to-back years. So like if I trade you, like you're like you can't trade somebody your first round pick for the next 4 years in a row. You have to skip a year.
You could do 3.
I'm almost positive that it cannot be back-to-back years.
Well, definitely could be back-to-back because we saw it on the Micah Parsons and other trades.
No, I'm talking about NBA.
Oh, I don't, Jeff.
That's why. No, but you're saying why are they projected out so far? That's one of the reasons is that they will not allow you to trade back-to-back
because that makes it more competitive. Got it.
Well, I don't know, but I'm just giving you the reasoning behind it.
The NBA is a shit product. That's all I got to say about it. NBA is a shit product. You know what's not a shit product, Jeff, and that's Major League Baseball. And pitchers and catchers reported that. I saw some sneaky totals coming in on over-under. No, we haven't really got into. We haven't really talked about. And I'm just kind of had somebody that I was came across the reel where they're targeting the Atlanta Braves this year and expecting a big bounce back year. Well, obviously you had a lot of injuries last year, and they're expecting a good bounce back here. Let's see totals. Oh, so World Series is out.
Regular season wins.
Yep.
The Braves are
Atlanta Braves.
88.5.
That still seems high, doesn't it?
Does.
I mean, that's right there with the Cubbies. Cubbies are minus 120 over. Ooh. What's the Dodgers? Dodgers. Over 102.5. Yeah.
Probably a pretty good line.
Yeah, it's minus 120. But you know how I feel about that. But let's look at a little World Series, Jeff. Let's see here. Where are the Atlanta Braves? 1,500. Right next to the Cubbies at 1,750, Jeff. Think we might have to have a little tabature bets here.
The Braves are already starting out with obviously pitchers and catchers reporting today. The Braves are already starting off with Spencer Schwellenbach on the injured list to start the year. So that just got announced yesterday. So we're off to a great start already.
Shout out to Chris Bryant, who will also start on the 60-day injured list. I do believe in the 7 years of his contract so far, he has played 170 games total. So shout out to him for milking the system. Yeah.
Where's he at? Is he still in Colorado?
Still in Colorado. Yeah. Still in Colorado.
Did Rizzo retire?
Yeah. I think he's an ambassador to the Cubs now, with the Cubs.
Also, when is World Baseball Classic?
I don't know. It's coming up. 2 weeks.
It was funny. I saw Nick Wright. He was on with Bill Simmons. They were asking him, they're like, is there any way to actually save the NBA All-Star game? He's like, we're getting close to saving it. And Bill's like,
looks like March 3rd starts.
And Nick Wright goes, well, we did just get Concanupple and Cooper Flag in the league. And if both of them can continue on their trajectory, then we can have a legitimate blacks versus whites game.
We're cooked as a society, dude. We're just absolutely cooked.
He's like, that's the only thing that I think would draw up enough interest for it to get back to where the NBA hopes that it can.
We're just so cooked, bro. It's just pack it up. Pack it up as a society.
Where are we going?
Where do we go from here, dude? Where do we go from here? When's the rapture coming? Isn't there like a rapture at the end of this year where we're going to lose gravity for 7 seconds?
Yeah. They said the same thing like last year as well, too.
I've never heard that gravity loss thing before this year.
The poles are going to flip, right? Something?
No, it's just some gravitational anomaly.
Wait, can we not go down the conspiracy theory rabbit hole?
It's not a conspiracy theory.
Right.
It's not, Jeff.
Did you get a haircut, Jeremy? Jeremy, put your headphones on.
August 12th, 2026 at like 10:22, the Earth will lose gravity for 7 seconds.
Says who?
Says everybody. So make sure that you stay
in
your
everybody?
House. Yeah, make sure you stay in your house, tie down your cars.
Is that a master's quarter zip?
Yeah.
Well, can't I just be on my second floor of my house in a room with a low ceiling?
Yes. That's why I said stay indoors. Now, I have to go into a closet because I have like 13-foot ceilings, and my old ass falling down that's gonna hurt. But where's my cars gonna go?
Put the cars in the garage.
My truck won't fit, so it's gonna be a missile in someone's house.
You can't park that Big Mac truck right in that little garage.
No, do you think insurance will cover that?
I don't know. I'm sure insurance would be a little overwhelmed that day.
Do I need to contact my State Farm agent and ask? Because that might fall under act of God and nothing's covered. Imagine that, dude. Imagine everybody's cars gets destroyed and like it's act of God and no insurance covers anything.
It is crazy that in every single contract that you sign, there's a clause that says an act of God. Yeah. I always found it fascinating. These people sign these contracts for restaurants in terms of their what they owe deposit wise and how the contract can be null and void. And it says in the contract, act of God.
Yeah. Speaking of which, are we taking a little break here? Until baseball gets closer, or are we still gonna talk about political things and world events and give people life advice on Wednesday?
I actually kind of enjoy making a living at my job. And I don't think Marriott wants me to sit up here and politic and talk about how I feel about things as a cisgendered white man. So we're just going to keep that.
Christmas. So February 20th looks like it starts games for spring training.
Jeremy, how was your Super Bowl? Did you work?
I did. I was on the dock bar having fun.
Nice.
We got yelled at until we were discriminating against two ladies because we wouldn't serve them.
Why wouldn't you serve them?
Because they were intoxicated beyond. Because of their sexual profile, we were discriminating against them, and they took our photos. But I'm sure the pictures. I'm pretty sure the pictures are blurry because they were pretty drunk.
Did you smile and be like, "What's that?"
Gave me a little shove. What up?
I'm just. So
Tyson. Funny if they woke up the next day and they're like, "Why do we have pictures of the bartenders at Boathouse on our phone?"
Yeah. That Tyson. The fun thing is Monday after Super Bowl, we said we didn't want to do the show because people would be hungover and yada yada yada. And I show up to the old watering hole and I'm like, "Hey, what's going on there, Mike McDonald?" And Jeff looks at me and goes, "What?" Because Sunday night, as he alluded to he was having a good old time.
Mike McDaniel, not Mike
McDaniel.
McDonald.
I did that again. Mike McDaniel. And he goes, "What are you talking about?" And I go, "Bro, when I showed up last night, you had your pants pulled up above your ankles. You know,
I had
up,
his thoughts, did he?
Had his joggers on, and he goes, "Did I see you last night?"
Nice. Well, you know it's going to get bad when Jeffrey's wife's there, because then Jeff's wife can also take him home. So you know it's going to get worse.
And
No,
she did not take him home. She left.
They left like third quarter.
Oh, Zubers.
Yeah.
Speaking of Jeff, did you see that little Tiger's going to Florida State?
Yeah, he's going with one of his best friends.
How did he choose Florida State? Curious.
They've been after him for a while.
Florida State has a really good golf team, I think.
Yeah, they're always one of the better ones in the nation. Did you see the thing I sent of I was like how Tiger Woods
on moving day
on Parents Weekend when he's there, and it's like prime LeBron, just dunking on everybody. I was saying this yesterday. I'm like, I cannot imagine Bronny James with his boys posted up at Potbellies in the corner of Bronny James. I cannot imagine.
We knew what you meant.
Little Tiger.
Yeah, little Tiger posted up in the corner of Potbellies with all of his boys, which is like the fraternity sorority bar that they all go to, and it's just full of like ridiculously hot women. He's gonna have a great time. He's gonna have a great time. He's gonna eat. What a choice for him. You know, he could have gone to Stanford. You know, he probably could have gone somewhere else.
He could have just went on the tour. I'm assuming.
No. Well, the other kid that he's with too. Who's the other kid?
Russell
What's his name?
Something. I'm trying to.
Yeah, he's the number one. Number one.
I look at this. I was thinking about this the other day. Like, why would somebody like what is his name? Okay, instead of calling him Little Tiger,
Charlie.
Woods. Why would Charlie Woods go to college, right? And it's like, you know, your dad's a billionaire, you're a billionaire.
It seems like college would be a lot of fun that way.
Yeah, it would.
So I'm like, well, let me see here. Especially with NIL, and I know golf probably doesn't have but I guarantee he's getting a portion just to go there.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, so he's getting NIL money. He's getting college experience.
Yeah.
Like, there's no need to go on the profession. Like, soak it all up. Hone your game in for 4 more years. Stay there the whole time.
Have a blast, my boy. You are going to. I had a blast, and I had $0, brother.
I made it 2 weeks, and I had to come home.
You being in that town, you being in Tallahassee. I always say this about Tallahassee. There's a couple reasons why Tallahassee is awesome. Obviously, Tallahassee is like southern Georgia. It's not really Florida. There are some palm trees, but it's not really like that. Second of all, you have bright futures. Any kid who goes to in-state university such as UCF, USF, UCF, FSU, UF, something like that, they accept bright futures, right? So that's 75%. The only reason you can't do Miami is Miami's a private school. But if you get into these schools,
did you see that he listed UF last out of that list? Did you notice that?
UF is the best academically. Does that make it better? Yes. Perfect. So you get into these schools, right? But let's say you're like from down south and you don't necessarily want to be around your parents and you don't really feel like maybe going to Tampa or Orlando or Gainesville. Tallahassee is a great option because it's going to take your parents about 8 hours to get there, right? There's no just popping up and being like, oh, hey, we're here for the weekend. You know when they're coming on Parents Weekend. However, you're in state and it's really easy to get home when you want to for a holiday or whatever it is as well too. And it's like one of the biggest party schools in the entire world. So all of those factors roll in to Tallahassee being an awesome spot. And shout out to Charlie Woods. He's going to have
the Arizona state of Florida.
It was. I mean, I don't know. I haven't been in a long time, honestly.
I think they've all been top 5, top 10 party schools at some point.
Yeah.
Like I said, I moved down to Gainesville and I was there for 2 weeks, dude. And I wasn't gonna survive. It was awesome. I do. That's the only thing I regret about. I don't regret anything else about college. I don't regret coming out, $50,000 in debt. I don't regret any of that. But I do miss that college experience thing.
Bro, it was undescribable.
Undescribable. Well,
had to be there.
Miles Russell, by the way.
Miles Russell, that's who it is. Yes, he's like the number one golfer.
Number one in the American junior golf rankings. And Charlie he was 604th last year, and then he won a Team TaylorMade Invitational, and he jumped to 21st. So,
and him and Miles are best friends. Supposedly,
I never got.
And so that's also the connection.
I won.
And it's funny too, because like imagine that too. Like you're like, oh, I get to go. Not only all those things that I mentioned, and this is one of the things that drew me as well too, is my boy Bobby. Right? We both had offers to like small little schools, and we were like, could you imagine though? We just both get to go to FSU together. And
offers for what?
Sports.
What sport?
I had Toccoa Falls. They offered golf, basketball, and baseball. He had St. Leo for baseball.
Wait, you had a golf scholarship offered to you?
It's partial.
What happened?
What happened?
Yeah, what happened?
I decided that I wasn't going to be a professional in anything, and I'd rather go to FSU with my best friend and slay chicks and party our ass off for 4 years.
No. I'm asking what happened to the golf game.
I made an adult decision.
So did the golf game deteriorate when you went to college?
Yeah, I stopped playing. What do you mean?
Oh, okay.
I started playing basketball a lot. I was playing with some of the kids who played for FSU, Jason Rich, and some of the other kids who were there.
Only that translated to pool basketball, Jeff. If only it translated to pool basketball. If only. Let's go do it for us today, Jeff.
2.5-year-old screaming my name downstairs right now.
It's a sad day. Sad day. Our last.
Why is it
NFL game recap show?
But that's also why I was saying on Sunday I treated it as like it was so funny. Amanda turned to me.
Went out for the homies.
She's like, "What's up with you today?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "You just have this like really positive, happy, awesome disposition about you." And
the golden retriever came back out.
She's like, "I need to know what the fuck is up." And I'm like, "I don't know. It's just like I feel like Super Bowl is always a celebration and a culmination of the year. You can reflect back. You can look at what you can get better on, what you didn't do well on, what you nailed this year in terms of what you zeroed in on, and how to get better." And I don't know. I treat it like a celebration, and I was trying to be positive vibes only, and I feel like it worked out great for all of us.
And with that being said, we will be going to Vegas at some point this year, and we will be back in Circa next year. I deeply regret that not going, but we have entire months and months and months to get ready for it. So we will be back and we will win. Did you see that 20 people on the Circa Survivor made it the entire year?
It's crazy. They
each took home. No, I think it was 7. I don't know. They each took home $3.7 million on the split.
I mean, Chad's percentage was pretty good when he would post what he was taking and stuff like that on here as well too. So
there was definitely blips. There was definitely blips here and there. We never got I never saw a bad week posted though.
I saw a couple that he had, but
very curious. We'll see.
As well too. Shout out to Chad
get out there. If we get it signed up properly, the Uninformed Fan will be the actual name of it, so that's gonna be even better. So everyone will be able to find us. Until then, I don't know when we're gonna be back. Maybe March 4th. Who knows?
We got back. March Madness. We'll do some stuff before March Madness.
Yeah, listen, check the socials, man. And also, let's be real. NBA season wraps up rather quickly. We have this weekend for All-Star break, and then after that, it's kind of a sprint home. It's not the halfway part of the NBA season. We're 2/3 of the way done. So
I guess I'll watch when the playoffs come because that's when they start trying. So I'll watch for that. But
well, I think too in the playoffs. Listen, the superstars that you're going to get on teams in every single series is going to be really awesome to watch, and I truly believe that. And I think they'll be okay. It's just right now it's so tough because you have these teams that are just they're done
thinking. For what? Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, March Madness should be good. I know 3 times just alluded to that. Illinois is looking good. They should have a good run. Florida is bouncing back after a rough start. So
Florida State almost pulled out a big upset last night against University of Virginia. Shout out to Luke Laux, our new coach, who put his credit card down and bought the first 500 beers for fans that came out in attendance of the game last night to try to fill the Tucker Center. So
good thing is he saved it because only 200 showed up. So saved money there.
What a state of affairs when you have to offer to buy people beer to show up for a game. Wow. The fanhood is strong in the North.
I think it was more of a fan appreciation thing of like.
That's not what you just said. You said in an effort to fill the stands is what you literally just said. I don't want to. No. That's going to do it for us today on the Uniformed Fan. I hope everybody had a great football season. We will be back. Drafts coming up. Free agencies coming up. Of course, cross all of that off the list. MLB heating up as well. We will have
Go USA Olympics as well too.
Yeah, as he's wearing his Brazil hat. Good job, everyone. Until then, stay out of the left-hand lane, boys and girls.
Be great.